Hey everyone, it's Shalinda here from Glenwood and Bella Vista Rental Properties, and today I want to talk about why a rental property can sit vacant even though it's had a rent reduction. What I'm going to talk about may not apply to everyone, but these are little things that are overlooked, and it'll give you a bit more of a forward-thinking, strategic mindset. So the first thing we want to ask is your property being seen online? Now, we all understand the concept that the longer a property sits on the market, the lower down the list it gets. But you also need to consider the listing type. Now, I'm going to use realestate.com.au as an example. It's got 3 different listing types. You've got premium listing, which will give you more exposure. It's more expensive, but it will usually stay on top above the highlight listing, which also has great exposure. But it sits below premium listings. And then you've got your feature listings, which sits below highlight listing. Now, that's number 1. But number 2 is that often, especially in this area, you'd be a highlight listing, but realestate.com can offer a 30-day upgrade to premium for free. So many of the listings out there may be on that type of a deal. So if your property is sitting vacant, chances are that, it would be leased within 30 days. But if you've put your property on the market 1 or 2 weeks before it actually became vacant, okay, and now it's sitting 1 or 2 weeks vacant, at 2 weeks vacant, your property is going to drop considerably low if that premium listing expired in 30 days. It's going to drop down to a highlight or a feature. And if you do a rent reduction at this stage, chances are it's less likely to be seen. There are things you can do to upgrade again. It does cost money, but honestly, that's something you can speak to your agent about, or you can reach out to me. But you really want to try and think strategically from the beginning. Know what type of listing you have. If this is actually going to affect you, especially if you're advertising before a property becomes vacant while it's still tenanted. And, try and maybe pre-plan before the expiry dates hit so you're not scrambling when it's too late. Another factor to consider is doing 2 open homes on the weekend. This does not apply to every property, but it should apply to vacant properties. If your property is vacant and that matters to you, if you want it leased quickly, I highly recommend doing 2 open homes on a Saturday or Sunday. The reason that is because, your property may not be a first option for everybody, and that's okay. It may be a second, third, fourth option. It's okay because the rental market moves a lot faster than a sales market. So tenants are very busy. And on a Saturday, if they've gone to see another property other than yours, it only takes 1 tenant to lease a property. And for that reason, they may get declined. And you're gonna want them to see your property. I can say this because I have, over the years, declined a very good application, and I've said to them, hey, Joe, why can't you come and see this property? Sorry, Shalinda, I'm working during the week. Can I come and see it on the weekend? I've leased the property to Joe, and, it's a shame because I've lost a week's rent. So you can avoid that by doing 2 inspections. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is setting high expectations. This could mean something different for every property, every marketing campaign, but today I'm going to talk about photography. I had a property a couple of years ago at Hungerford Drive, Glenwood, and the owner came up to me and said, Shalinda, I've got a great property, great photos, great advertising. I think it's reasonably priced. Can you have a look at this for me? We've had 12 open homes. People are going through. I don't know what to do. So I had a look at the photos. I thought, great photos. We had sun beaming through the kitchen. Everything was great. It didn't look like it was overdone. Price looked reasonable, so I didn't know. I went through the property and I thought it looked great, just like it did in the photos. And then I walked into the kitchen and I realized this old benchtop. And I'm like, I didn't see that in the photo. Now, the beautiful sunlight that was coming down from the kitchen, it was beaming onto the kitchen benchtop, which completely took away what it actually looked like. Now, I call that manipulating a photo, and the tenants are walking through. I can imagine that they may have been disappointed and walked out. So even if that's number one. But number two, even if they did take the property for some reason, tenancy, like I said, tenancy decisions are sometimes made with less emotion. And if they do take the property because of their situation, it's going to have a negative ripple effect throughout the tenancy. Well, chances are it will, because they've already lost that trust. So it's so important that, we're setting realistic expectations from the very beginning. And that does sort of carry through to the tenancy as well. So that's me for now. But if anybody has any questions or wants to reach out, feel free to contact me. Thank you.